will hold. And then we want to round it to the nearest tenth. And one thing I want to remind you of is that I'm not showing you the correct answer, I'm showing you the correct process. I've changed the numbers, so in your instructions you're dealing with a 6-inch straw and you're dealing with a different radius or width of your cylinder. So don't just write my answer down. Watch the process that we use here to find the correct answer to the question that you have. So the first thing we need to do in this problem is say, okay, we're supposed to find the volume of the cylinder. So what is the formula for the volume of the cylinder? And in your notes you should have it, hopefully. It's pi times radius squared times the height. We want to make sure we have all of the parts that we need. So do we have the radius? Well, not really. We have all the way across the circle, but we can easily split that in half. Half of 6 would be 3, and there we go. We have the radius. But we do not have the height. Now in your instructions, I believe you're working with a 6-inch straw, again, and a different base here. What you'll need to do if you don't know your height is go back to Project 5, the Lesson 23 questions, because in those questions, that's what you did, was found the height of the container. Okay, and this was the process that we used. In our example, we had an 8-inch straw in the one that I did with 1 inch sticking out, so that left a 7-inch straw here. Notice I was able to form a right triangle with across my base here being 6 and my height, what I'm looking for. I used the Pythagorean theorem and found the height of the container. So if you have questions about that, go back to Lesson 23 questions, and there is a video right there before that part of the project to help you with that. But rather than go through it all again, just go back to there. And we did find with this figure that the height was 3.6. So rather than go through the whole thing again, I'm just going to use the number we found when we already did it the first time. Once we know that height, it's just a matter of doing calculations with our formula. We put our numbers into the formula. Pi times our radius, again, was 3 for this figure, squared times the height of 3.6. 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9. So we have pi times 9 times 3.6. And that will give us the volume of the cylinder in cubic inches, since all of our measurements were in inches. Okay, when I do that, I get 101.787. So I'll just round that to 101.8. Okay, but again, that's in cubic inches. We need to do one more thing because they asked for the answer in ounces. And they did give us a hint. They said 1 cubic inch is 0.55 ounces. So what we're going to do is take our answer that was in cubic inches, 101.8, and we're going to multiply it by 0.55. And then that will give us our volume in ounces instead of cubic inches. When I do that, I get 55.99, which would round to 56. Okay, so the volume is 56 ounces, which is pretty big because of the adjustments I made for a cylinder with a straw in it.